Good news, everyone! I'm Dwayne Carey Hill, and we're going to learn how to draw Professor Farnsworth. We're going to start with his head, and it's kind of like an offset egg shape. Sort of a little heavier on the bottom, a little pointier on top. And then his neck slants kind of jetting out to the left, so we'll sketch that in. And we'll move down to his body. His body's about the same size proportionally as his head and neck. Now don't forget to round out his belly. He's got this sort of old man pot belly. So we have that almost like a lima bean shape. Now let's sketch in his legs. His legs are even on both sides, and as in like just a tube. Okay, now let's add his feet. They flare out, sort of puffy slippers. Make sure when you draw his slippers, they don't fit. His slippers actually are supposed to be too small for his feet. Okay, now we're going to come up. We'll add some detail into his face. And his eyes are going to be like that classic matte graining shape where they're really sort of big and bulbous. So it's going to look like his eyes, but the professor's always wearing his glasses, so we'll add a little dimension to his glasses. We'll add his nose. He's got this sort of big beak of a nose. His lip's going to come sort of right down from between his glasses and out, and flares out again with that matte graining overbite. And then we'll draw in his chin. The professor's really wrinkly, so adding in all that detail really sort of makes him look like himself. So, and now we're going to go down and draw his arm, bring his shoulder out from his neck. And we'll give it a little bend so he has that little old man hunch. Okay, now we'll add his jacket, his lab coat. We'll add the other side of his coat. And his arm, sketch his arm in there. He's got this big lab coat pocket, about 3/4 of the way to the bottom of his coat. Just gonna go back in and add some wrinkles. He's got 3 wrinkles on his neck. There we go. There's the professor. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed it.
Hi, I'm Crystal Chesney Thompson, one of the retake directors on Futurama, and Rich Moore was kind enough to ask that I draw Nibbler because he knows how much I love cute things, as you can see by this friendly note he sent me. So I'm going to show you how to draw Nibbler. Now, generally I like to have a model sheet of my character because it's hard to remember all the little details about each character. Nibbler is basically a really cute little animal, so he's got a really big head. And one way you can tell his head is really big because his body is almost as big as his head, but not quite. So he's this little egg-shaped body. Then I like to draw his eyes, really big nibbler eyes. Again, to accentuate the cuteness. And he has the traditional Futurama, like overbite. Couple of fangs. Anybody familiar with Nibbler knows that he likes to eat just about anything, so the fangs probably help him a lot with that. Then we draw a little antenna kind of coming up from the middle of his head. I like to draw this line down the middle of his head just to kind of help me figure out where the center is so that when I draw the antenna, it's in the right position. And Nibbler also has a cute little cape on, so I just draw this knot kind of in the middle of his chest. And since he's kind of a cross between a little animal and a baby, because he tends to sit up in a baby position, and he also wears a diaper. I'm not exactly sure how Nibbler's little diaper works with the whole litter box thing, because anybody that watches this show knows that he poos dark matter, as I have here. Let's add a little belly button there, just to help with the cute factor. So I like to keep everything really rough, because as I'm drawing it, I'm never sure if I'm going to want to change a hand position or change where his eyes are pointing. And then once I have it the way I like it, go over it with a nice dark outline. And there you have Nibbler.